The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. So today is the second installment of the Ambitchious podcast, all about relationships. And I have my first special, and I mean that in so many ways, special guest, Matthew Babine, my husband, my tour mentor, twin flame, best friend. And we're going to be sharing the top 10 simple ways that we make our marriage work and last. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's
pretty good.
Great information.
So we're just getting right into the nitty-gritty today.
Yes.
None of this flowery speech. We're just getting right into it. All dark and dirty and diapery.
That's the way we like it, in the diaper.
I love the diaper. In the can.
Oh, God.
So I compiled the top 10, I think, and then you, obviously, because you're lazy, saw them.
Great.
Saw
Yes.
them and then just said, yeah, that looks good. And I was like, okay.
It looks really good. I just have to remember, what I made a mistake with and how I had to turn it around.
Because that's what it's all about here, people.
Making,
So you want to just get right down to it?
Let's get right down to it.
All right, so
Yeah.
number one, we make our marriage our number one priority. Do you agree with this?
Absolutely. Because if you don't have a good marriage, you don't have a good life, right? Because you are together, and no matter what's going on in your world, you have to come home and you're together, and you have to be able to work together, love each other, and continue. Because if you're not working, if it's not working together, it's going to affect everything else.
Right.
You're not going to be a high performer.
And don't you think it's kind of strange, too, that people look their whole entire life for that person, and then they get them, and then they're just like, oh, well, and then either one forgets about the other or both of them forget about each other, and then the marriage just disintegrates.
Yeah.
I see this so many times with friends of ours.
And I think, too, is because emotions in marriage is very hard, right? So if you are a business person or you're a lawyer or a professional or you own a business or whatever you do, you work a job, that people like, I can do this, I can
You got
make
that
this
down
better.
pat.
I got it down pat. So when things happen and problems happen, they tend to stick themselves in that where they're comfortable opposed to looking at and saying, hey, what's not working here in this marriage? And the quicker that you can identify that there's a problem, the quicker you can get to work on it, right?
Absolutely.
Because it is a work. It's not like, I'm married now, see you later, and
Right.
you're just going to be with me. Look at the divorce rates. Look at how many people are not making it happen. It's scary.
A lot more than are.
It affects the world. I mean, the
No, it
children
totally
and everything
does.
else. So
Okay, Whitney Houston.
yes,
I believe the children of future. All right, number 2. We use our words to tell each other our needs. So Matt and I have a lot of rules in our relationship that have come mostly out of beating the shit out of each other. Right?
well, maybe you beating me.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I just put my hands up and block.
Oh, my God,
I know how to.
Matthew.
I'm joking. Thank God I'm a martial artist.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
I would lose.
Yeah, but
I
you
would
might
not compete
be-
against you. I would
You
not
might be
compete
a
against
world
you.
champion martial artist, but I'm a ghetto fighter from Taunton.
Yes, you
And
are.
I will kick your ass.
Especially when I'm not looking.
And if you had hair,
the karate
let me
chop
tell you,
behind my
I
back.
would take you down. So let's talk about how we use our words. Want to tell a story
Yeah.
about California?
Yeah, so California was I don't know, it was a weird, we had a great trip, but every time, things happen, right? So we just don't agree on certain things. And in California, we had a bad day. Like, it was like we were just, everything she did was getting on my skin and everything I did was getting her skin. And it was just like, everything was going awry. And she got really mad at me. She goes, you come near me, I swear I'm going to go, okay, dude, wait a second here. You're not going to kill anybody. We're going to relax. We're going to think this through. And we ended up coming out on top. And because I said, something, anytime we feel this, way, we have to come up with a word and say, hey, we don't even know what we're fighting about right now. I go, what are we fighting about? She goes, you don't remember? She remembered. I didn't. And I go, okay, really? We're still talking about that? That was Friday, and now it's Sunday.
I put it in my notes in my iPhone just in case I got tired and I could go back and check why I was mad. So
that's probably why you remembered it and I didn't. But it was, so I said, listen, we got to come up with a word. And basically, we're in California, so anytime you're getting in that state or I'm getting in that state, we don't even know why we're fighting, I'm just going to say California.
And how many times do we say California after that in California?
Maybe we tried to put California to bed too quickly, and then we had to say California maybe 3 or 4 times.
When we got home?
And we got home. Well, airport travel is not easy, right? So sometimes it can be easy, sometimes it's not.
Well, because you're the worst. Because your ass is always hanging out in TSA pre-check. Like every time I look at him, his whole ass is just winking at me. And I'm like, put your fucking ass away. No one wants to see your ass.
These pants are in style, and I am not going to change
or
my
the
fashion.
lack of your pants. And I'm just like, everyone can see my husband's ass. Every time I look at him when we travel, it's just ass, 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 ass. So that was like what really started the ball rolling.
Listen, that is not even
You need to get suspenders or something because it's just too much.
Heck am I?
And then I get so angry at him, you know, and then it just goes like.
Yeah. All right. Let's just start California.
Oh, California.
Okay. Let's stop right now. Okay.
So we use our words.
Yes, use our words.
Also, when I'm mad at you, I don't hold things in. And I think the same for you. Like, you never hold things in with me.
No, I let you know right away if I have something.
Like, I have friends that are like, I was mad at my husband for 2 weeks, and I finally just couldn't take it anymore and told him. I was like, 2 weeks? I'm like 2 seconds, and I'm like down his throat.
That's toxic. Well, who wants to keep that negative energy inside, right?
Toxic.
2 weeks of just, festering? That's not good. Let it out, get it out, say it, and then, move on. And California.
Yeah, California.
Right?
Absolutely. Right. Number 3, we catch ourselves when we start keeping score. So this is like one of my biggest things in life is I am such a hard worker. And I do like way more than I probably should to the point where it's like not healthy sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then like he will be like, you need to learn how to rest. I'm like, how can I rest, motherfucker? There's so much to be done. And he's just really good at doing that. So then what I do is I'm like, you don't even know what I did today. I washed the dishes. I did 17 loads of laundry. Like I did this, 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 and this. And Matt will just be like, I watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia with my hands down my pants.
Which is a good day sometimes.
And drank some old fashions on the couch. And then I get mad at him because I'm just like, dude, wake up. Like we have to, but this is all my shit. And I really do believe, and I know that you believe this too, is any kind of relationship like this, marriage, boyfriend and girlfriend for years, girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever your thing is, it's a karmic relationship. It's a karmic lesson. It's here to show each other our wounds, to help us evolve on this 3-dimensional earth plane, help us evolve our soul.
Yes.
And I think that these kinds of relationships are the ones that do the most.
Yes.
Because when I look at you, sometimes it's like I'm looking in a mirror and I'm just like, oh, God, damn you. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we definitely do catch ourselves when we start doing that.
And there shouldn't be any keeping score. It should be just like give, and love, right? Because if you start keeping score, everyone's working hard in a marriage. A marriage that you really go into awake, you're both working hard. Everyone's working hard. So you don't have to tell me, and I don't have to tell you. We should just be like, I know, believe me, when you're not around, I see how quickly
what did you say about this
the
weekend?
house goes awry. Well, you had a huge seminar this weekend. You had huge photo shoots. You had a lot of meeting with your girls, and it was a great weekend. But I was home by myself a lot of the time. I'm like, I'm hungry. I got to go make myself something. I'm really spoiled.
Did you make yourself something, though? Or were there leftovers in the fridge?
No, I ended up making something, like a sandwich or something with lettuce and, something good because I'm trying to cut the carbs.
I'm going to tell you what this means. This is what it means. He took turkey out of the fridge, rolled it up with cheese, shoved about 50 of them down his gullet, and that was his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And like 17 cups of coffee.
A lot of coffee. Yeah, probably too much, but I love coffee.
But it's true. Like, and then you do things that I can't stand to do.
Right.
Like
so it's a good balance.
Matt does like all the paperwork. He does all the check stuff. You write everybody their checks. You do all the the paperwork. I'm not into that. I'm more of a creative. So like he'll be like, well, how does everybody get paid around here? And like, how does everybody? I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. So it's the same exact thing. So no keeping score.
No keeping score. And when we find ourselves keeping score, that's a California moment, right? It's kind of like, okay, well, that's not the way you want to do it. We just both work hard for the same outcome. And that's peace, my peace mostly.
Are you saying everyone should have a safe word?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should. And anytime it gets hot, because how many people really get in fights and they don't even know what they're fighting
like,
about?
blackout.
It's like, I just want to win now. Now
Like, I
we're at
can't
the
stop.
point where I just want to win. I don't care. I just want to win. I don't care. I'm going to win. And you lose. Everyone loses, right? Nobody's going to win in that situation.
Like the time that I ran out of the car at a stop sign and I ran into the woods with my Louis Vuitton bag and I watched you circle, screaming out the car, Katie, Katie, for 2 hours.
That is such an exaggeration.
It's so
I yelled
true.
out once. And I was worried
We
about
were fighting
you.
in the car, and I was like, I got to get out of here. So I just took my Louis Vuitton bag under my arm.
Like a
and
football
Like I was
star.
like the Heisman Trophy award winner. And I ran into the woods, and then he was like, fuck her, I'm out of here. And he like rolled down the street, and I was like, he'll be back. And I sat on a huge rock in a Honeydew Donuts parking lot, like under a tree, so like no one could see me. And I just watched him circle and circle and circle. Katie,
It's pitch black out here in the New Hampshire woods in the Shire.
Now, mind you, this was fueled by probably 3 or 4 bottles of like Cristal or
I was
something.
driving, so that meant there was a problem with you right there.
I probably wouldn't have done that
because I never
sober.
drive.
Right?
It was a good night at the end.
But when you get so angry like that, like you have to be like, okay, California or whatever your
California.
safe word is.
Yeah,
So work on your
absolutely.
safe word with your partner.
Yes.
Whatever that is. It could be tickle me balls. I don't know.
Whatever it's going to do to take you out of that
Put your
moment.
thumb up my bum. I don't know. Like,
That's
whatever
a good one.
it is.
That will
That's a
take
good
you
one,
out of
too.
the moment and take you somewhere else.
I actually like when it's a funny one because when you're fighting and then it brings you back and then you just start. We fight all the time and start laughing.
Yes.
Like sometimes we're both gonna laugh and I'm like, I can't do this right now. I need to win this argument, right?
You're a winner.
I am. It's
Yes,
true.
you are a winner.
Number 4, we compliment each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think you compliment me way more than I compliment you because I'm a detached Aquarius, so I really don't even care what's going on half the time outside of myself.
Plus, I have a lot to compliment.
Oh, der.
Yeah, I'm a beautiful wife, and you do so much around the house and stuff like that. So that's what I do.
Keep
I
it
mean,
coming.
I look
Keep it
for
coming.
I look for the small stuff, and the small stuff. It's not the big stuff that you do in a marriage. It's the small things, right? A cup of coffee. Can I help you with this? Can I make your day easier? What can I pick up? What can I do? Is there any slack I can take? If
You're
you
really
do it,
good with that.
If you do it or you don't do it, just put it out there. It's huge, right? And those are things, those are success things, that, keep a marriage going.
Absolutely.
Because it can be tough. I mean, everyone has struggles every day in their marriage. But if you have kids or work or trying to get out the door, everyone has got a busy life. And if you can alleviate like 1 or 2 things, it adds up. And it makes your partner really realize
One thing that you're not good, though, is asking me when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You really suck at that.
Are you hungry?
Obviously, that's all I think about is food.
I figured I'd ask now. No.
But like the time that I booby trapped you in the basement when I was hungry. Do you remember that story?
That was a great story. I should have had a freaking safe word back then. I'm surprised.
We didn't have a safe word back then.
I'm surprised I'm still alive.
We were at the gym, and I was so hungry, and I was like craving sushi. You ever like get like something in your mind? You're like, I need this now. And Matt's like, we have like all this food at home. Don't ever fucking say that to your wife. Don't ever say when she's hungry, we have all this food at home. Because you know that she doesn't want to go home and prepare said food. So we're like driving to go get sushi. And he's like, I can't believe we're doing this. We have food at home. And I was like, oh yeah, motherfucker. And I just like banged a Yui. And we got home. And then this was like not my finest moment in life. But I'm being vulnerable here. And I'm just letting you know that I'm a psychopath. And I'm working on my shit, okay? You went downstairs, and I was like, oh, yeah, you want food? I'll give you food. And I took all of the Tupperware of all the food that I, like, meal prepped, and I just threw it all over the floor. And then he's like, I'm out of here. And he went downstairs into the basement, and then I took every wine glass that I owned and threw it down the stairwell into the basement to booby trap him into the basement so he couldn't come back upstairs. Plus, we have no bathroom in our basement, so I was being like extra cruel because I'm like, I hope you have a big dump and you have to shit on the floor.
I go in the morning, and I was set. I had the TV, and I had everything I needed down there for at least 5 hours. So she's like, why isn't he coming up? Why isn't he coming up? I go, I wasn't going to give her the satisfaction.
So poor Karina
This is
cleaned up
before.
all the glass.
Yeah. No.
I think I drank a bottle of Chardonnay and went to bed. And then it was funny because
This is a long time ago.
This was
though.
this was like
craziness.
almost a decade ago. But I will say this: we were telling Victoria and Carlos and all them that
The story.
the story,
Oh.
and one of them said, yeah, but he could have just gone through that door because it goes out to the garage, back up to the door. And I was like, oh my God, that's right. And neither of us were smart enough to know that this could have happened.
Well, I wasn't going to go upstairs after you. I thought my life wasn't.
And I walked downstairs after Karina cleans the glass, and he's just like hands on his pants like Al Bundy and just like watching Netflix. I'm like, you son of a bitch. But that's how we fight sometimes. It's not good. We don't really fight like that anymore.
No.
Even though I want to fuck you up sometimes. But I love you.
Because we learned some rules back in the.
That's true.
Right, we did our rules and
let
each other know what we're supposed to talk about.
That's true.
Thank you.
Number 5, we try not to be away from each other. Mm-hmm. I don't travel without you.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my things, and I think that was one of our rules.
Yeah.
Like you travel sometimes without me because you have to for work.
Yes.
Which I don't mind because then I take our credit card and ring it up. Yeah.
We have to talk about the financial.
Hello, Four Seasons. I'm coming for all the things. But yeah, I don't.
I'm coming for all the things.
I'm coming for the facials, the massages, the food, the wine, the good shower.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. But I think that from day one, we said we weren't going to do that.
Yeah. And it's just because we really work well together.
Yeah.
What we do.
And I know so many couples that, have got divorced over the years or have really kind of messy marriages, and both of them either travel. And I'm like, and I'm not saying that you cannot not have a long distance relationship, but I just feel like for me and you, that's what works for us.
It's one of those things, almost like, it's one of those things we just agreed on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I do feel like you're a boil on my ass, and I'd like to pop you. But most of the time I love you.
That's like so disgusting. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. I'm going to start traveling. And I'm going to California without you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll say California. Number 6, we appreciate each other's backbones.
Yes.
I think one of the reasons why you fell in love with me is because I was strong.
Absolutely.
And you, and vice versa.
Vice versa. I mean, I always know that you have my back. Whether you fight with me, throw glass at me, or whatever, I know that you have my back. And I never worry about, something that would happen and you would not have my back.
I feel like people are going to call a hotline for Matt after they hear this podcast.
Yeah, they should.
You might be in like the witness protection program after this.
You'll be seeing me whispering, help, she made me do this today. And
I actually have a knife down here to his liver.
Please, somebody get me out of here.
But I think that we do. I think we do appreciate each other's backbones, because I know for a fact that I could not be with a man who's not strong. Like, even though there's times where I'm like, oh, I wish I just had like this like pussy that I could just like, because I'm kind of overly strong, that I like to just tell what to do. But I don't think at the end of the day that I would really appreciate that.
No, I don't think you would.
And you feel the same about me?
Yeah.
Because a lot of men don't like strong women.
True. But, I happen to.
Why do you like strong women?
I don't know.
Is
it
because you had a really big crush on Linda Carter when you were a child?
Wonder Woman? Oh, yeah. Between Wonder
Matt's
Woman.
Getting a boner. I just saw a little twinge.
Oh, God.
Under the table.
I know we're going to go there, California. All right.
It has to be something from childhood.
No, I don't think it's from childhood, but maybe pantyhose from childhood.
Oh, Matt has a childhood obsession with pantyhose. We should have a whole podcast about that.
Yeah, my parents are always embarrassed, but that's another story, but it is a funny story. I don't know if I like strong women, but I love the way you were. And that's how it worked out.
You don't like strong women.
I do. But, I didn't say I'm going to find a strong woman. I said I need a woman that I can trust.
Yeah, but when you manifested me, and I manifested you. So, let's be a little bit deeper about this and not lie to the people that are listening.
True. No, I don't think I was lying. I don't know. You just came along, and I did manifest you. If you listen to number 1, right, when you came to, not one here, but the podcast number 1.
Okay.
How we met and so forth and so on. But, no, yeah, I just
all right, we're moving on. Shut the fuck up.
All right, good. Move on.
God's sakes, Matt. It's like pulling fucking teeth over here. You know what? You're going to get it. You're going to get it later. Number 7, we schedule date nights.
Yes, we always schedule date nights and sexy time because we are
just threw that in there.
Yeah, and sexy time has to be there.
Why does everything have to be fucking X-rated on this goddamn thing?
It's the Katie Boyd show.
It's like Debbie Does Dallas, always.
It's ambitious. It has to be.
So why do we do that?
Because you have to, with schedules like ours, it's like, with work and travel and things, you need to schedule that downtime because we both can get caught up in work. Downtime.
Well, I have been privy to see some cobwebs around your balls before.
I don't know about that.
I have. I've seen them.
Who has cobwebs on their balls?
Well, if it doesn't get used, they just grow cobwebs.
My balls have never got any cobwebs.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
Unless you're, mad at me.
I mean, sometimes, I get like moths fly out. It's like my grandfather's wallet. Whoa,
Yeah, so that's why
bats in the belfry.
That's why we scheduled that time so we don't have cobwebs on our balls and we don't have
our balls
on our bats in our belfries.
What do you want to have a sword fight right here on the Ambitchious podcast, Matt?
Let's start sword fighting with me, lady.
But you have to do that, though.
Yeah, you do. Because, if you're really busy, right? I mean, we're always going some which way. And it's nice to be able to schedule that time. Well, you schedule everything else, right?
And it's funny because sometimes you're like, oh, if I go on vacation, like I'll have like all this like downtime. And then like he gets mad at me because he's like, every time we go somewhere, like 10 people in LA, 10 people over here. And then he's like, you make like breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates with everybody. And then like we have no time to even spend. So it's like we go on vacation and we leave our houses and we just go into the where we never miss a beat.
Right.
So you get mad at me.
Actually, this last trip was really good. We really stayed away from pretty much, we had a lot of time.
I mean, it took me 4 days to talk to you again, but that's neither here nor there. Number 8, we keep each other informed. I think that's super important. So every week we sit down, we go over our schedules, and we say, okay, like what do you have going on? What do I have going on? Because sometimes, like we have a little dog. Karina's back and forth from school.
Yep.
We have family members. We have friends that we want to see and hang out with, and we have a lot of stuff going on with all of our companies.
Yep.
So like some weeks, I have to like finagle to go home and like let Pearl out or like go because we pack too much stuff in one day.
Yes.
So I always say like once a month, look at your whole entire month as a whole. And then every week sit down and go over, okay, like what do we have to accomplish? What do we need to do? And also like when is our downtime? Because I know for a fact for me, I will just keep going and going.
You would never have any downtime.
No, I don't even know. I'm like a robot.
I think it's because I'm older than you too that I know, I've learned lessons before that I'm like, something, I'm burnt. I need to back off. And when I back off, can become more creative and actually more effective, where it's not always push, push, push. It's time to say, okay, what did I do? Pat myself on the back what I did, or correct the things that need work on, and then go forward again, right? Where
I have a problem with that.
You go.
Like I never marinate in like what I do right. Like I could do something so incredible, and then I'm like, okay, next. Where Matt will be like,
next.
I took a glorious shit today. And I am going to just bask in this glow. And I'm like, brother, we got to get to work. Like, stop thinking about your poop. And then 9, we are 100% on each other's same page.
Yes. And if we're not, we get on the page quickly, right?
But we do have issues like that sometimes when we're disjointed and you're trying to go over here and do this and I'm kind of over here and doing this, and then what happens is you end up like two ships like passing in the night, and that's when like I'll look at him some days and I'll be like, I feel like I don't even know you. Do you ever get like that with your significant other? You're just like, who are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's not good. And then I know so many of my friends who feel like they're living with an absolute stranger in their house.
Yeah.
And that's like one of my biggest fears. So we always keep each other on the same page of like where we're going, what is the end goal, what is the big picture?
Is it worth our time?
Is it worth our time?
Yeah.
Because we get asked to do things all the time, and I have to say like, is it helping me feel these core desired feelings? Is it helping me feel free? Is it helping me feel vital? Is it helping me feel wealthy or whatever? And you have your own core desired feelings.
Yeah.
And that's our roadmap. And we try not to get off on that.
Yep, exactly.
Because it's easy to.
Easy to, and communication is key. It saves so much problems in the future if you guys can communicate and talk about things, and you don't have to worry about it.
And I don't think it should be like text and email, because I have friends also that will like text their husbands or email their husbands like an agenda. And I'm like, I'm just very old school when it comes to that. I think you should actually be like looking at someone's face and doing that.
Absolutely.
You agree?
I hate texting. I hate the phone. Anyway,
oh my God.
So.
I'll call him someday and he'll be like, oh, okay, gotta go. Bye. And he'll like hang up on me. He hates to talk on the phone.
I hate talking on the phone.
Well, because you talk so much on the phone for your business.
And talk, so on the phone, I would rather just meet in person. Honey, I'll see you at home. We'll go over everything together and we'll decide what we're going to go and do. So that's how I like to hear it.
And I think last but not least, have fun. and share activities.
Yes. Golf. Tennis.
Tennis. Pocket pool.
Pocket pool is my favorite.
Skin
game.
flute. First of all, we don't play tennis. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I was just joking. So no,
Okay,
some people may play tennis.
But we're talking about us.
I'm just
Let's
joking.
stay on
It was
topic,
a joke.
sir.
All right.
Where'd you go to comedy school, sir? Oh,
So
do you guys hear that, guys? Everybody listening on the podcast, wherever you are, that's Matt's fake laugh.
No, I was not fake laughing.
Is this not Matt's fake laugh? So he has two laughs. One is this, and the other one is.
That's not fake.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't fake laugh.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Anyways, let's talk about our shared activities.
Okay. So we like to do a lot of things together. We play golf together.
Bow staff.
Both staff.
We find
martial arts moves.
Yeah.
Chopping me in the neck.
Oh, yeah.
After a good night at eating with friends.
Seeing Kristen at Red's when she makes me those delicious keto margaritas or the Back Eddie vodkas.
Drinking games.
Ew. We don't play drinking games. I can't even handle 2 glasses of wine. I can't walk for 3 days. No, I'm serious, though. We do the same. We like the same things.
We actually do. Yeah.
I don't like the movies, though. He loves the movies.
I love the movies.
I fucking hate sitting in a dark. Like, if I have to pee, I want to be able to touch something and go to the bathroom.
So last year for my 50th birthday, I made her go to the movies with me because
see
it
what?
was my birthday. So we went to go see It. Not only does she hate movies, she hates friggin' clowns, and she also hates scary movies. So it was a trifecta. And it was one of those deluxe theaters. And I go, you have to go. It's my 50th birthday. You have to go with me. You know, and I made Karina meet us in Boston.
It's the worst.
And we go to the movie. Well, because it's a deluxe, I had like 2 or 3 martinis because it was my birthday. And I was drinking a few martinis.
What's different than any other day of the week?
And I had a couple. And then like in the middle of it, I fall asleep. And I'm snoring. Katie's like holding Karina's hand, petrified.
Oh, my God. Because anything Stephen King is just such a mind fuck. Like, I cannot. And then he wakes up and he's like, is the movie over? I'm like, I should take your balls and crush them in my hand.
A dark movie theater and a couple of martinis and a 50th birthday party.
And
that's called Ambien.
And what's even worse is he was eating like buffalo wings, like on that little tray that they give you. So you know his shirt was just massacred because he can't even eat normal. Never mind in the light and never mind in the dark.
I don't have a shirt that's not stained.
Oh my God. So we do like to travel.
We do. I love it. We love to travel. Yeah.
What else?
Let me see. Travel, movies. We love movies at home.
No, we don't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you like to watch movies?
Shows.
Shows. I like movies and shows.
No, I don't like movies.
Okay.
Every night I go to sleep, and Matt is just last night he watched. What did you watch last night?
I forget. Some Burt Reynolds movie, an oldie. I just
he
put
bought
it.
it. I'm like, you really?
Yeah, because I love Burt Reynolds, and when it was like I was looking back, I was on Amazon, and I'm like, oh wow, I haven't seen this in years, and I put it on, and I was just, it's like go to easy, mindless watching, right? And you just get a nice sleep, and I fell asleep 15 minutes into it, and that was it.
That was a waste of $2.99.
It was well spent, and I can watch the end of it tonight because I can watch it for 48 hours.
That's true, and we like food.
Love food.
So we love food. We love to drink.
Now, we work out together every day.
We work out together every day.
Every morning.
Yes. We love our little dog.
We love our dog. We have a good life. We're very, very lucky. But it took a lot of work, right? So everyone thinks we have this unbelievable life all the time. And it's not. Obviously, I got glass in my feet. What else? Some other abuse issues here that I had. So you have to work through these things because nothing is perfect. But, if you have a lot of fun together, I think that's great.
And I have to nair Matt every time we go somewhere. Did you know this? This is a real thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I have to put you in the shower, and I have to get these high kitchen gloves, and I nair his back and his chest.
I thought that was foreplay.
Not for me.
Oh. I
So
didn't know.
we do have shared activities, said Katie, who doesn't like to nair anyone. So that's it, guys.
Hey, you got me. I'm yours now, so
I'm so
get
lucky.
used to it.
I'm so lucky. So I'm going to end today with a quote, of course, Rumi. If I love myself, I love you. If I love you, I love myself. Thank you for being crusaders for the Ambitchious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday. Ow!
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.